Hello everyone, I am Benjamin Contreras, and welcome to part 28 of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night Let's Play. And, oh boy, it's been a very long time since I've actually went back to Castlevania, or games in general, because I had all, the amiibo unboxings that I wanted to do, not to mention the Dark Souls Halloween Adventure of Rex. It had an extremely long title. That series I wanted to finish as well. So I actually have a couple of things to explain in terms of what happened in between part 27 and 28. Because in part 27 I realized that I didn't have the proper power up for the bat transformation in order to get a specific armor piece, but it turned out I was just pressing the wrong button. That issue was just me being extremely stupid. But I'm not sure if I showed it off yet, but I don't think I did at all. But the thing that I wanted to get was the spike breaker. And basically it lets us be completely invulnerable to spike damage. So I think I'm not sure if I showed this off, but at the very top left corner, there's an entire, area that's, separate from the rest. Not really, but I needed the spike breaker in order to go through that, and basically it just showed off how Alucard saw that Richter was, for some reason, turned evil, and Maria didn't believe Alucard and just left the area. But that's not what we're going to do today. Also, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to make 3 videos as opposed to one 15-minute video. I think keeping it to one video would be like a much more efficient and non-confusing way. Not to mention the way how my mom puts the videos on the computer and then onto YouTube. It can be sometimes confusing, but as you can tell, I'm actually in the underground cavern, I think it's called, and I'm actually in a new area. Now, as you can tell from that way, there was a save room, but here, there's a demonic-looking save room. What is this for? Well, I think the best way to return to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night is by doing a boss fight, so let us find out.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But, Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I'd gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard,
My mother never said such a thing.
what do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my mother. What kind of demon are you?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you've got.
So yeah, the boss fight here is the succubus boss fight, and this boss actually took me a while to actually get to, because there is an area in the underground cavern that I actually didn't explore yet. But if you can no doubt tell from her design, she's actually wearing absolutely nothing on her bottom half. So yeah, she's practically from the bottom, except for the shoes, she's more or less naked. But there's nothing that can really... There's nothing really adult heavy here because, let's face it, it's all basically just pixelated. And it looks like my demon familiar is not helping me at all. There we go. And let's see if this will work. And she counterattacks. There we go, and she's dead.
Thirdly, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be? That strength, that beauty. You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will send your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you. Ah!
So yeah, and now for our reward, we get this. And let's see what it does. And that description is actually very important, so I'm actually going to put that on. I'm not sure if we have... There we go. Now, those two rings are actually going to be important. Now, for those of you who haven't played this game, you're probably wondering what that whole cutscene was about. So, I might as well tell you guys this now. The backstory of, Alucard and Dracula, and him being, like, Dracula being Alucard's father and all that. As you can no doubt tell from that cutscene, the girl who the succubus boss was trying to imitate was Alucard's mother. And the reason she was hanged over like that was because she was actually accused of being a witch. I'm guessing this takes place in that sort of time where, you know, witchcraft and all that stuff. That was more or less a thing that occurred during that time. But I'm also pretty sure that being married to the person of evil himself, that would probably cause a lot of trouble with the people around you. And as you can no doubt tell from Alucard's dialogue, that what the succubus was telling Alucard when the succubus was pretending to be his mother about how he shouldn't like humans at all. That will actually have some relevance later on because her actual last words will be actually shown at the end of the game. And also, once I get to the inverted castle, I will, P.S. that's the second half of the game. Spoilers. But we also got a new weapon. It's two-handed, so I don't necessarily need it. Once I get to the second half of the game, basically, I'm gonna actually change the way it's set up. But I'm just gonna wait until I actually get there. Now, I think that since I have this ring, I'm able to do something specific here. I'm pretty sure we have to go to the center of the area, because, if you can no doubt tell, the inscription on the silver ring says in tower, and the other one says where clock, so where in clock tower. So basically we have to go to the clock tower area. Not the actual clock tower room, but the room that had the giant clock. I'm pretty sure that's where, the same place that Maria and Alucard first, met. And I actually fell from a pretty huge height. In fact, actually, I think if I go further down to the teleporter at the bottom, I might actually be able to get there. But even then, we only have 4 minutes left. If I was actually reading the thing correctly. I actually went a little too far. So yeah, also, that ability right there, that actually, in dark areas, that can actually emit light. So that was actually very helpful getting into the room that had the, the spike breaker. That was actually a very, very useful item. And I'll just fly over all of these guys. There, and my demon familiar actually did something. Oh, also, in case you didn't know, all the familiars can actually level up. I actually completely forgot that I had the bat familiar, but I don't really find him all that actually useful. And only a few more feet left. Also, I'm not sure if I said this in my my segment that I made. I think it was called Ben Cooks. That's what is what it's called. Basically, that's a new segment that I made in case for all of you who didn't see that video. I made that segment. I think I uploaded it like yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. And basically, all I'm going to be doing there is cooking, pretty much. So, I'm not sure if I mentioned in that video, but winter break is coming up. There's still 1 more week of school left before the Christmas time actually feels like it's here. Because other than it being rather cold out, it doesn't really feel much like Christmas is like coming up. Now, don't take that the wrong way, it's just, I do live in Florida, and it is pretty much always guaranteed to be extremely hot here. But yeah, we're almost there, and I think I'm probably going to have to make another video in order to do this. And we go over here. I'll just back dash all the way. And that's the end of this part. I believe this was part 28, and make sure that you guys stay tuned for part 29.